And the name of this show, or the title of this show, is called The Enemy. Before we deep dive into it, we want to bring Brandon Johnson to the front of the congregation because I cannot believe of all the things that I have been reviewing, I had forgot about Chicago. I had forgot about Chicago. And Brandon Johnson did a whole press conference that I missed. Can you believe it? Anton missed it? Don't worry about it. We're going to get there. We also want to talk about living paycheck to paycheck, going broke, credit card debt, Columbus short. We got a lot to get to, right? But it's December, and we just had Thanksgiving, and we're moving over into Christmas for a lot of people. Some people celebrate it, some people don't. But more importantly, there's a lot of family gatherings around this time. It's cold outside. A lot of people like to do volunteer work around Thanksgiving, going into the holidays. We do Toys for Tots, Salvation Army, charitable donations, and all of this stuff, right? But amongst it, there is a lot of people that you're going to be interacting with from your past, your present, and then those that are you going to build relationships with in your future. And so the question that you have to ask yourself throughout this whole situation is, who is your enemy? Who is your enemy? For a lot of people, what they don't realize, and the thing that we've been trying to convince you of, is that your enemy could very well be the person that you're closest to. It could be a mother. It could be a brother. It could be a wife. It could be a husband. It could be your children. It could be your best friends. It could be somebody that you've never met before, somebody on your job. The enemy is anybody that is looking to slow you down and prevent you from getting to the spaces that you want to get to. I had a conversation on the Anton Daniels channel where I was helping people to understand that your friends are not your friends if they're not trying to make sure that you get into the best space possible, and they're willing to sacrifice your success for the friendship. That's not friendship. And when people even pull up the dictionary a lot of times and they say, well, what is a husband? What is a wife? What is a friend? What is success? What is six simps? What is six simps? Huh? What is six simps? Super simps. You can't define it. You can set the foundation for it, but you can't truly define it because the context is what matters, right? And so when you take the example of a friend is somebody that's willing to leave you alone because they know that they are not good for you. It's not good for me to be around you because I don't want you to be influenced by what I'm into. And because they're unwilling to change their lifestyle, or they know that them being seen with you is not in your best interest. Maybe you on a pathway to being super successful. And they know that you hanging around them is bad for them because they should be spending their time on mastering their craft or being around a better group of people, or trying to get out of the hood, or they have this great opportunity, or they willing to pass that opportunity up in order to keep it real. And anybody that lets you crash out, or they're not willing to walk away from you in order to do the thing that's in the best interest of you, is not your friend. That is your enemy. And the thing that people don't understand is that an enemy is anybody that is not your friend. Well, Anton, why are you being so extreme? There is an in between. No, it's not. Not for me, it's not. Anybody that's in my pathway for what success is supposed to be is my enemy. I'm either hot or cold. I'm not lukewarm. I'm either in or I'm out. I don't keep my foot on both sides of the fence. I don't keep my foot on the door in order to prop it open just in case I'm looking to come back in. A lot of times people even get bothered when I give advice and I say, listen, either you're married or you're single. Ain't no in between. Ain't no such thing as a relationship. Either you in or you out. Either you're married or you're not. Either you successful or you're not. Either you're rich or you're poor. Either you my enemy or you my friend. Which one is it? Oh my God. Look at sis. I'm gonna take some time out to read that super chat specifically. Give me a second, sis. Let me cook for a minute. You such a blessing. You such a blessing. Either you're in or you out. Where do you stand? Either you a chaser or you looking to become a chaser. But it ain't no in between. It's no in between. And you're going to run into people at the dinner table, or you're going to find yourself feeling obligated to entertain people that you're not interested in entertaining. Don't y'all know that some of y'all have changed and y'all evolved? I know chasers. I know bag chasers. I've been coaching some people. I've been hanging out with some people. Some of y'all have been rocking with me since I've started this thing, since before this channel ever even started. And we was over there rocking out on the Anton Daniels channel. I'm going to read that super chat. I'm going to have to give that a special acknowledgement. Give me a second. Some of y'all have been rocking out with me since abandoned buildings, architecture, seeing my daughter, bring my daughter to work day, taking y'all through the process in real time of what I was going through when I was building out the restaurant. Some of y'all didn't even realize that my father had died, but I was still vlogging and giving y'all insight on what it is that I was building out and seeing it through. And it's a lot of people at that particular time, even ones that were very, very, very close to me that I didn't know that was my enemy at the time. But sometimes you don't even know that your enemy is your enemy until you start to go through something. And then you get to see those who are really for you, right? And it doesn't mean that they're a bad person. It just means that we on two different sides of the fence. And so there are some people that doubted me. There are some people that doubt you. There are some people that you going to see at the dinner table, or you going to feel obligated to go over to and have a conversation with, or you feel as though this tradition is just a part of what your family doing, so you're going to feel obligated to go over there and try to be nice, or they going to try to emasculate you, and they going to try to make sure and minimize your successes. Then they going to say, hey, you the same old dude. Hey, remember when you did this? They going to bring up your past. They're going to bring up your past. It's okay for you not to even entertain it. Matter of fact, I'll go so far as to say it's okay if you decide that you don't even want to go to the family function. If you don't want to spend the holidays with those people because you're going in a completely different direction, that is great. As a matter of fact, I'm not even going to say it's okay. I'm going to say stay on the pathway to whatever success is supposed to mean for you, because somebody in the enemy is trying to throw you off your path. And they can very well use the people that are closest to you to do so. They still going to try to hold you to the same standards that you was at in 2005, 2006. Hey, man, I remember when you was broke. How you want me to respond to that? Me too. Meet me where I'm at, not where it is that you want me to be. Meet me where I'm at, not where it is that you want me to be. I ain't broke no more. I ain't broke no more. They want to take you back to the past in order to make themselves feel good. That's your enemy. You call them family just because y'all was born in the same circle or y'all got the same bloodline. That ain't your blood. That ain't your family. That's why it's so easy for me to not align myself with people just based off of the color of their skin, but the content of their character, because my family are the people that's going in the direction that I'm going. And it don't make you a bad person, but it does make you my enemy. It does, because it's only two choices. It's win or lose. The problem with society today is that there's too many participation trophies. The problem with society today is that there's too many participation trophies. Everybody just want to be included, but don't nobody want to actually do the work. Don't let people diminish your value. Don't let people slow you down. Listen. I know that there are people every single day that's looking to eat. They looking to take me down. If they could take my place and then take everything that I've been able to build, if they could take your place and take everything, if they could take your husband, if they could take your wife, if they could take your lifestyle, if they could take your car, if they could take your kids, they would. They're not going to say it to you overtly. Like, they're not going to be absolutely transparent. There's people that's in your household that's jealous of you. Don't you know it's some spouses that's jealous of the very person that they lay next to? They jealous of the attention. They jealous of the success. They jealous of the fact that you are going into a place and they can't take your place, and they have to play their role in order for them to go on that journey with you. So they don't necessarily say anything to you because they don't want to mess up what it is that they got going on, but they've grown to have some discontent and some hate in their heart for you because they jealous of you, even though they laying next to you every day and they may even be having sex with you. They may even be having sex with you when they are your enemy. Don't you know that there are people that lay down next to you and have sex with you? May not even be your spouse. Don't you know that it's somebody that's in a relationship with you right now? That's your enemy. Think about it. If we had hindsight and our ability to be able to see who was going to put you on child support, you would then be able to reverse that decision and say, no, she was my enemy, but I had a child with her. She wasn't your enemy, or at least you didn't think she was your enemy when you was having sex with her, though. It's somebody that's going to take half your stuff. It's somebody that's going to cheat on you. It's somebody that's going to do you dirty. It's somebody that's going to play you. It's somebody from your past that you thought was your friend is going to come out and try to do you dirty and try to tell all of your business when you become successful. And you called them a friend, but was they ever really a friend when they was really an enemy? Because if you knew what they was going to do in the future, would you have still called them a friend? Think about it. When I give y'all game on what success is supposed to be when it comes to relationships, for example, I teach not to vet for what it is that you are, but vet for where it is that you going, because everybody ain't going to deserve to be on that same pathway with you. One of the biggest problems with men that become successful is that they pick based off of where they at instead of where it is that they going. And so the person is not willing to work or be able to be the version that they need to be in order for him to continue to propel himself and be on his purpose. And then she becomes the purpose because she's the distraction for what he's supposed to be doing. That's why I say don't focus on women, focus on your purpose. And then God even set it up to where she's a helpmeet, not what it is that he's supposed to pedestalize. Anything that you pedestalize, if you worship in a woman, she becomes your God. Y'all not hearing me. Y'all not hearing me. If you worship anything before what it is that you're supposed to be doing, that's your God. So when you get out of purpose and we see these people saying that they want a partner instead of I want a husband or I'm looking for a wife, what happens is they step outside of what they're supposed to be doing, and then they align themselves and trauma bond with the enemy instead of aligning themselves with the person that's supposed to align with them when they going on this pathway to success. When you vet, you not vetting for where you going, you vetting for where you at. It is difficult for you because then you start to do things based off of her satisfaction instead of her being a helpmeet and then being the recipient of your greatness based off of where it is that you're going. There's a blueprint for success, but you don't want to hear me though because you're so busy trying to debate me based off of the fact that you don't like me instead of whether or not it's actually true or not. There's a blueprint for success. Some of y'all are son husbands. One of the most disappointing things that I hear in society today. Give me a second. Let me cook. Let me cook for a minute. One of the most disappointing things that I see in society today is people say, well, who gonna take care of you when you get old? That's not your child's responsibility. You didn't have a child so that they can be your slave. You had a child so that you can then nurture them and then hopefully they can become greater than you, not for you to be a burden on their life. So when I see people then make themselves a mama wife to a son husband, that then becomes your enemy. Whether you like it or not, it's the truth. Anybody that is throwing you off your pathway for what success is supposed to look like so that you can then pour into and make sure that you're leaving this earth in a better space had you not been here is your enemy. Anything that is standing in your way is your enemy. Your mother, your father. If they love you, they're going to let you go and do what you're supposed to do. They're going to enable you in order to continue to be successful, not prevent you from getting to where you're supposed to be at in your destination so they can feel good about themselves. That's your enemy. Anything and anyone that is in your way, they have to be moved. They have to be moved. It's a lot of people that came into this game with me. It's a lot of content creators that leapfrog off of our shoulders in order to continue to launch their own platforms. A lot of them ain't here no more. If it was up to them, they would have stopped us, me and you, because this is our thing. They would have stopped us from continuing to elevate. And so at some point, come on, I need you to read between the lines here. At some point, you have to divest yourself from the thing that you used to do so that you can continue to elevate and go where it is that you're supposed to be. I can't let anybody, you can't let anybody slow your growth, slow what it is that you're supposed to be doing. And so at some point and on a regular basis, I need y'all to do one thing. Take inventory of where you at and inventory of who's around you, and then look at the pathway by which you're supposed to travel and make an informed decision on whether or not you want to continue that relationship. And it ain't meaning that there's something wrong with them. It just means that y'all growing in two different directions. And if they try to stop you, they then become your enemy. Now, that don't mean that you need to do something against them, but what it means is you need to maybe cut them off or move completely differently, because everybody not meant to go on the same path as you. The road to success is narrow. Everybody ain't going to come. There's people that you met in high school that's going to be with you for the rest of your life, and there's some that you was with that ain't going to be there no more. You don't owe nobody nothing. As you go into this holiday season, recognize and realize what your purpose is and then move accordingly. You have a purpose. You have a destination that you're supposed to get to before you get the end of your time on this earth. Meet it. Meet the expectation. Hit every number. Be outstanding. Exceed expectations. Make the money. Be successful. Have a good time while doing it. Enjoy people while they're there. But don't take too much stock in it, because you have a purpose to be successful at. And I'm telling you, real men understand that you got to do what you don't do. The measure of a man, remember this, if you don't remember anything that I told you today before we get into the show, the true measure of a man is doing what he don't want to do when he don't want to do it. I love you, but I got to let you go. I love you, but I got to let you go. The one that stay at the company for 30 years is the one that get laid off before they get their pension. The one that stay at the company for 30 years is the one that get laid off before they get their pension. The ones that's remembered, the ones that's successful, leverage the information, they move on, they take whatever it is that they can take, they build great relationships, and then they go on to the next thing. I'm not looking in my past in order to go to the companies that I used to work for. I'm never going backwards. I'm never going back. I don't want to go back and fix up the hood. If the hood ain't serving me like I served it, then I have to move on. You don't owe nobody nothing. I don't have to go back and try to find out what an ex was doing. That's why they call her an ex, because I'm getting rid of her. I don't have to go and figure out what it is that you got going on in your life because you was one of the ones that I grew up with. I ain't that curious. I don't even want that to be in my algorithm. Forward and up. Forward and up. You can't go forward while looking at the rear view. You got to let that go. The past is the past. Ask for forgiveness. Make things right. And then you move forward. Don't let nobody in your family this holiday season. If you don't feel as though you need to go, then don't go. If you don't want to be around certain people, then don't be around them. You make sure you stay focusing on the pathway and you don't slow down for nobody and no one. You run it up and you be successful and you run up them numbers. Flat out. If you needed any confirmation as to what it is that you're supposed to be doing, if you were in question and you was trying to figure out what you're supposed to be doing going into 2024, this is your pathway. You know where you're supposed to be. Set the destination, milestone it out, make sure you hold yourself accountable, get with the people that you're supposed to get with. Link to the Patreon is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat, and meet the expectation. Matter of fact, exceed the expectation. Nothing and nobody is supposed to be stopping you. Look around. It's over 1,700 people that's on this live stream right now and growing. Guess what? In 2024, on December 3rd, December 4th, 2024, it's going to be some people that fall the fuck off, and it's going to be some people that's still riding with us. And we're going to be bigger. We're going to be better. We're going to continue to grow, God willing. It's going to be some people here that's watching this right now that fell off. And they're going to be hitting me up the same way that they always do and say, Anton, I had a coaching session with you. You told me what it is that I was supposed to do. I decided to do it my own way, and now I'm trying to get back into the fold. Make a decision, man. Make a decision. We're going up and forward. Up and forward. That's the way. I am not my past. I am not my neighborhood. I am not my family. I am a new creature. I plot my own path and I create my own way. I don't owe nobody nothing. I don't owe the black community nothing. I don't owe anybody nothing. The only thing I owe is who it is that I pray to when I ask for insight on what it is that I'm supposed to be doing on a regular basis. I don't owe nobody nothing. I only got one daughter. One daughter. That's it. All right? Focus. Focus. Stop being distracted.